to another session of Latrobe GPL 357, where we are a few degrees short of a big circle. Once again, we've got up the end. Our normal co-host is Theo Maralakis.
Thank you.
Hello, Theo. And we've been blessed by the captain of the defending premiers, Wally World, Wally Trascalzo, and his regular communications manager, George Drossick. Welcome, boys.
Welcome. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks for coming in. I just want to first, if I can, just thank very much everyone who turned up last Saturday. It was our Jim Foley Memorial, and we had our Anzac Day ceremony, and it was dark, it was cold, it was very wet, and we had over 80 here at 6:30 in the morning, and it was a really fantastic feel around the place. It was a great ceremony, so thanks for everyone who turned up, and I think it added a lot to what we're trying to do here. So what we'll do, guys, is we're going to do some reviews of last week. We'll run through and search for some lost degrees. Theo will do a bit of surgery on you. We've got a couple of 100-game players. We'll do a little bit of a highlight, and we'll also do some tips for the coming round. So I'll kick off with the reviews, and the first thing I'd like to do is actually talk about the big blockbuster on Anzac Day, where the Tunners got over the Buglers again. The Buglers will be hurting. Paul Dusky again was magnificent, 39 in the morning. They've hit the top of the table, and the Fairfield RSL, Rod Lennox, grabbed the big full forward of the Buglers, big pragmatic, and took him to the RSL in the morning and wiped him, took him out of the game. It was magnificent stuff. Who have you got there, Georgie?
Well, unfortunately, I've got the Sewer Rats against Wally World, where our premiership defence took a little bit of a hit with a loss. Frank Di Vincenzo had 35 points, and the Sewer Rats were a little bit more consistent than Wally World, and they're building up some momentum. We've taken a hit, and we've got to fight back next week.
What about you, Wally?
Well, the Vultures had a big win over the Wood Ducks, who unfortunately, I don't know what happened to them, but they got eradicated. And I know that Simon McDonald had a good score, one of our Colts players from the country, and yet a big loss.
137, Theo.
Yeah.
Not a big score.
No, it was a horrible score. Clearly, being a duck was not wasn't.
Well, I'll tell you,
not our weather.
as I already alluded to, the conditions, they were like being in the trenches on Saturday, with the gypsum and the mud and the rain, and the ball just didn't want to go anywhere.
No, correct. I've got the Dynasty versus the Phoenix. We've got the Geth and Chew Jim Foley medalist with 40 points, which is a tremendous score. It was 174 to 173. It was really tight. The Dynasty got over the line. Unlucky again, the Phoenix.
They were. Yeah, we'll have a chat with the guys. Wally, just take it when Theo starts to talk. That is like the orchestra playing at the Academy Awards. That'll be our way of controlling the time. Wally, well, the premiership defence, can I just walk you through the gates of hell, I might say. There were 7 grand final losses. Buglers in 2008 in the finals. Then we started the team survive in 2010. You lost to the Tunners. They had 188 against you. Then you lost the final, the premiership final, then to the Corruptibles, which still, I can't believe it. But anyway, we'll move on from there.
Well, that was when it was postponed. Remember, we set a good score the first week, and the rain came.
2011 against the Ferrets.
Oh, it was the Ferrets.
Against the Ferrets, 180 had in the bag in the morning, and it rained and teamed in the afternoon, a washout. Came back the next week, no good.
Yeah.
Lost the team survivor in 2011 at the same time to the Gunners. Then in 2014, a couple of years off, lost to the Corruptibles again in the team survivor before finally you had your revenge against the Buglers. It's just magnificent.
Well, there were a lot of scars, and there was a lot of soul searching, particularly in 2008, when one of our players only needed 9 points in the last 8 holes and scored 6. His name will be not mentioned in this company, but he will know who he is. And,
what's his initials, George? Can you give us his initials?
I cannot give.
Giving nothing away.
I think he won the golf of the year recently. Did a bit of the golf of the year recently.
Yeah, but that didn't include any Wally World matches.
That's all right. That's all right.
But Wally, how did it feel to lift that premiership cup? Finally?
Well, to be perfectly honest, it was somewhat of a relief and a bit of an anticlimax, because we were not happy with our score in the morning. and it was quite a pleasant surprise to discover that their opponent sort of fell over at the last hurdle, so as to speak.
I tell you what, the last hurdle I saw it all happen, it was the 18th hole, and they just really struggled.
I think it took
intense pressure.
I think it took Streeter about 6 months to get over it.
I think we'll skip over that. We haven't enough time. Well, one thing we do, guys, each week as we go out onto the field of play, and we see if we can find a few of these lost degrees, and we search for them out there in the gun.
We're out here searching for the lost degrees. I believe has it the Irishman from the Dynasty. Dynasty going all right, mate?
I think we're struggling at the moment,
Yeah.
but we do believe scoring perhaps might be low in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think it might be difficult today.
So hopefully we might be able to get up.
No, it's good luck, mate. Keep going, playing all right?
Just under what I need to be, but it's my best round this season. It doesn't have to be much though.
Well, that's good.
I
Keep it
haven't
going.
contributed once this season for my team, so today could be the day.
Well, let's hope so, mate. Keep going, mate.
Cheers, Chris.
Yeah.
What are you going to get a tattoo of?
You know what I'm getting?
Hair tattoo.
I'm trying to get it white.
I'm getting some rabbits done. Ask me why I'm getting rabbits.
Why are you getting rabbits short?
Because from far away they look like hares.
Team meeting.
Come on, Tunners. Come on, Tunners. Come on, get in there.
I'm riding the huddle. I'm riding the huddle of the Tunners.
Oh, we're going to pump
Go the Tunners, the Tunners.
Oh, yeah. In the morning, how are we travelling?
How we're travelling. We're never playing in the morning again, that Tunners. 0 points after 3 holes. How am I going? Anything I've got to say? I hope it rains all afternoon for those bugles.
Yeah, well, old Greg, when I saw him out there, he was struggling out there, the big fella, but I tell you what, he'd be very happy at the end of the day with the Tunners getting up over the Bugles. We'll go into our next reviews, guys, and I've got the Gummers versus the All-Night Chemists. The Gummers struggling a bit this year, a bit more inconsistent than normally, only 158 wasn't good enough. Good honest effort by the Chemist on 164 and came away with the win. What about you, George?
Well, I have a look here, and the Wanderers have actually had their second draw of the year, tying 156 with the Corruptibles, who are still in the 8th. Arena Lee continued a good form to help the Wanderers to a good score, whereas I'm told that Gary Lennox last week predicted the draw.
He did very fancy tipping that, predicting a draw. He got it. Yeah, he certainly did. Who you got there, Wally?
Well, unfortunately, our friends, the Brothers W here, had a very poor score, but only lost by 2 points to the F Troop.
They'll come back.
They'll come back, yeah.
They'll come back. It was a much needed win for our left troop. Who you got there, Theo?
I got the Trident versus the Ferrets in an absolutely ripping close game. It was 165 to 164. The Tridents just seem to win all the close ones. And the Ferrets they're just not gelling. The Ferrets.
It's like the Ferrets are losing all the close ones. They're having a bad year, the old Ferrets.
Well,
We'll
what
see
a
if they
shame.
can
That's a
turn Yeah, not much sympathy for them.
No.
Could give no sympathy. We might throw the Scaples knife over to Theo, and he might just do a little bit of surgery on you too. Off you go.
Do you have a reason? Do you have a reason for me?
How do you look back on the premiership and how do you win this year?
Same way. We've got a very. We've been very lucky. We've unfortunately had to. A couple of our members are not available, but we've gained 2 good players, and I reckon they'll be firing up at finals time.
Another question for you, Wally. Would you take back a hole in one for another premiership?
Take one back. Well, yeah, I would.
Beautiful. Now, if you were to nominate a a Wally World player, George, for a Wallyette to go out on a date, who would it be?
Apart from myself, you know.
It can be anyone.
This is something that we actually have discussed
Oh, okay.
on the golf course, and the term Wallyette did originate from our illustrious leader. Now, I'm not suggesting that I would take Wallyette as a Wallyette, but that was the original thing as to what they were. But when Dean Easton came along, with the real girls, that's been a big loss.
Oh, it's said on the golf course, stays on the golf course, I guess. Beautiful. Thanks, guys.
another couple of 100 gamers that a couple of Tridents are getting their 100th game out of the way. Malcolm Smart, the tall and lean guy that struggles a bit with wedge on occasion, doing his 100th. And one of the great movers of the ball at the club, Jeff Blackman, playing his 100th game again. Almost won the Charles Latrobe in 2013. So there we go. Very good players. Last thing we'll do today, guys, is the tips, and I'll start it off this week, round 7. We're almost halfway through the season. The Tunners, the top of the table, playing the all-night Chemists. It's hard to go past the Tunners, I must admit. Tunners for me.
Yeah, I'll go with the Tunners.
Oh, absolutely, they're a very consistent team.
Yeah,
they struggle a bit at the end of the year, mind you.
I'll keep up with the Tunners here.
Phoenix, bottom of the table against the Buglers. I'd expect the Buglers to bounce back.
Yeah, look, the Phoenix haven't lost by a lot of points, but I agree with you, Buglers for me.
Yeah, the Buglers, but that's right, the Buglers, yes.
I'm going to go the Phoenix. Something different. I reckon they're due for a win, surely.
Gummers are playing the Ferrets. Gummers struggling with the Ferrets. I don't know, the email traffic has picked up. I'm going for the Ferrets actually to turn it around, turn their season around this week.
Tony, is this right? I see the Ferrets 15th. They're not
Correct.
15th, are
Yeah,
they?
second last, the Ferrets.
Corey, what are you doing? Look, I'll have to go for the Gummers. The Ferrets 15th.
15. And lucky to be.
Oh, yes. Look, the Gummers, now that the pennant has sort of interfered with the captain a bit of the Gummers, but now that he'll be able to focus on the Gummers again, I think they'll come.
Yeah, I reckon I'll go the Gummers too.
Dynasty against you guys, Wally World, two teams going really well. I think the Dynasty might just get over the top of these guys. They're playing really well this year.
Rumour is that Ben 10 will be back this week. He's been missing for a couple of weeks, and this is the time of year when he really fires up. So I'm expecting a strong performance, and I can't go past Wally World in this game.
So look for a better performance from a couple of our players.
Yeah, I'll go Wally World also. I reckon they'll have a win.
Tridents versus the Corruptibles. Oh, geez, this is a difficult one again. I'm actually going to go the Corruptibles. The spiritual leaders back, the Corruptibles for me. I never thought I'd say. George?
Oh, I just sort of look at what the Tridents are scoring, and I just can't see the Corruptibles matching the Tridents. So it's Tridents.
Clearly, the Tridents have got the most points for, so presumably
They're an attacking team, you think?
Attacking team,
They're
yes,
an attacking
absolutely.
team. Yeah. I'm going with the Tridents also. I don't think they'll be too strong.
They'll probably live for their 100 gamers, but we'll see. The Surats against the Wood Ducks. I can't have it. The Surats are in form and flying. 2 match for me.
Well, the Silverats have been up for 2 weeks. I don't think they can do it 3 times in a row. And
Yeah, it's not going to go down.
Theo's been practising on the tee all week, so I reckon he'll lead them to a win. I'm going the Wood Ducks on this one.
Well, it depends who turns up. I mean, it seems that some of these teams have had a few absentees, haven't they? But the Silverats were too good for us. You've got to go for them.
I'm going to go the Wood Ducks. Get an even pattern.
Not a bad idea. Wanderers versus F Troop. Wanderers in good form. Wanderers for me, just over the Troop.
Yeah, look, I can't go past the Wanderers. They look like in this match that they'll be too strong for F Troop.
Yeah, Wanderers for me.
I'll also go the Wanderers.
And finally, guys, the Vultures versus Brother W's. The Vultures. They're looking them up in 3rd place. I don't think they'll miss their chance. I think they're going to keep going. Vultures against the Brothers for me.
Yeah, the Vultures will be feasting on the Brother W's carcass on the weekend.
I'm going for Brothers W. I think they've probably got Kershaw coming back. He'll be for a score.
He's going to Monaco with Gary.
Well, I'll go the Vultures also.
No worries. Well, there we go. Guys, George, Wally, thanks for coming in. This has been another week. This has been GPL 357. We're searching for the lost degrees of Latrobe. Remember, if you want to win this thing, you've got to turn up and play well. Good luck, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.